we like to make other people happy to achieve our own happiness. And I think that that's one of her best qualities. And as much as, you know, she loves and I give her a hard time, I think that that's one of her greatest qualities too, is that she's very loving, very compassionate. She puts her heart into everything she does. And yeah.
Well, thank you. That was very sweet. Can we record this so I can save this?
Oh, it's
please?
recorded.
Okay.
It's recorded.
I'm like...
Welcome into the podcast, episode 14 of Say It With Me, Living Large, where you can catch it every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. PST, exclusively on the app CastBox. Just download it in the App Store. You'll have exclusive access to it firsthand in audio form and then video form on my YouTube channel at noon on Wednesdays. Today's guest is a very familiar face, but she doesn't look so familiar right now. My girlfriend, Kylie Rae.
Do I really look different?
You have pink hair and you have a hat on. Look like you're about to go rob a bank. Why'd you change your disguise for this podcast?
You know, I figured I've been on the podcast once or twice, so who's counting? But I figured I'd give you a different person today.
You're bringing your alter ego. What's her name? Or his name or whatever.
She's so mysterious. She doesn't have a name right now.
Wow. You look like you're about to go dance or something with your flannel across your waist. Anyways, enough about your appearance. Guess what episode it is? 14.
Wait, do we all know that that's my number?
Kylie's favorite number is 14.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's my favorite, but I was born 7/14, so it's in there.
7/14, 1992. You're 26 years old.
Let's let the world know. Thank you.
The world does now know. And guys, I want to talk about something because I recently turned 25.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, and Kylie, I used to make fun of her when she turned 25 because she said that her metabolism slowed down. And she's like, I can't eat the same things I was eating. I just feel it. I feel myself putting on weight. And I was just laughing at her like, nah, you're tripping. I turned 25 and I can feel my metabolism slowing down.
Yeah, you used to always give me I was gonna say you used to always give me shit for it, and that's a pun intended. I would love that pun there. I'm just gonna say that. I love a good pun. But you used to always give me so much crap for it because I would tell you this all the time, and I was just waiting for you to turn 25.
Guys,
so I could be I told you so.
No joke, I've been able to eat whatever I want for as long as I've wanted
Same.
to. And then I turned 25 and I literally, no bullshit, have put on 10 pounds in a month.
Same.
So your boy got back into the gym this week and he got on a diet. Some things are going on at the house. I got a new assistant. How do you feel about your new roommate?
I am so excited, you guys. Let me just tell you, for one reason only. I thought living with guys was going to be so fun, and granted it is because I love you guys all so much, but
I'm sensing a huge butt. Yeah, there.
Wow. You know when they say I just always feel like I'm never right. I'm always tag teamed. It doesn't matter. They always give me shit. I'm always the one that gets pranked. I'm so sick of it. So I'm glad to have a girl in the house, more estrogen, and
we need it. It was much needed. It was an outnumbered amount of guys, 3 guys, 1 girl, and now George's cousin Trisha has moved in. I'll reveal that on a vlog in a later date. But it's nice because she's working for me and George, and she's prepped my meals, and then also she's taking a little time off my hands with you.
It's like she's my assistant too. Now I don't have to cook for you. She does it for me.
Kylie was cooking me avocado toast in the mornings. Now I'm on a diet.
I don't do shit.
Kylie doesn't have to do anything. How are you liking it?
I love it.
I don't just like it. I Joseph Gordon love it.
No, but really though.
And speaking of new members of the house,
can I be the one to say it? Because I was gonna lead into this. It's so funny because
wait. I don't know. You don't reveal it yet. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to reveal it, but I was going to give us some backstory on it first.
Hold on. Before you give your backstory, guys, I'll make another vlog about this later in the week. We have another member of the house. Not only do we have another girl in the house, but we have another guy in the house, too.
Another boy, and I am in love.
Kylie's in love with this other boy. Honestly, she might be more in love with this other boy than she is with me. I'm
going to plead the Fifth Amendment right there and not say anything.
You can introduce since you're so excited.
Okay, so what I was going to say is it's so funny. Okay, Mark.
Oh my God, so funny.
Mark always makes fun of me because whenever I have a funny story, I always start it with, oh my God, so funny. So, okay, so we're going to start it off like that. Oh my God, so funny. So Mark always, me and Mark are so different from each other, right? I'm a Cancer, he's a Libra, right? And then you're probably wondering, what does it mean? I show affection so much. I just want to give, I have so much love inside of me. I just love saying I love you. I love kissing and hugging and just showing affection. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Mark is the exact opposite, like literally on opposite ends of the totem pole. And like he keeps everything inside. So lately he's like telling me, wow, you show me so much love. Like you show so much affection. Like I just need to breathe, you know? And so I love it because not only do I have another girl in the house, I have another boy in the house, and he gets all of my love and all of my attention. And last night,
and whether he likes it or not, he can't say anything.
No, he loves me. Are you kidding me? And it's so funny because even Mark last night was like, cuddle me. And I was like, no, sorry. I have my other boyfriend to cuddle now. And his name is Leo. And he's a little kitty. And I love him so much.
So that was the big reveal. George, he brought a kitten into the world of the Mark Donor world and Kylie Rae. And it's funny because we were out to breakfast the other day. And George is like, yo, you want to go? Oh, backstory before that. George and I went to PetSmart, and we went there and we saw these cats in cages. And George was like, oh, I really want to like get one of these cats, take them home. I was like, look, man, it's kind of an impulsive decision. You shouldn't really just buy a cat right now. You don't really know what the responsibility goes into. You can't even take care of yourself. So he's like, yeah, you're right. We went home, whatever. And then a week goes by, and then we go out to breakfast, and George is like, I want to go back and see if that cat's still there. Unfortunately, the cat wasn't there, but then he called a shelter, and George went and made an impulsive decision and rescued a kitten.
I'm going to pause you right there too. So let's just go back really quick on what I meant exactly when I said being in the house of only guys and being the only girl, it sucks because your opinion doesn't matter.
That is so not true.
It doesn't matter. You never win anything. And this is an example.
You're making this up. I'm going to defend. You can say what you want to say.
I might be dramatizing it just a tad, but let me give you an example. No, I'm going to give you an example. So my example, perfect example, right? Mark and I, for the longest time, were debating on a cat or a dog. I love cats. Granted, I love dogs, but like cats are so easy. We're gone all the time. You don't have to take care of them as much. They're already trained. They know what to do. They're very independent. So I wanted a cat. Mark wanted a dog. The whole house wanted a dog. No one wanted a cat. So I was like, okay, I can't just get a cat because no one in the house wants a cat. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys wants a cat, and it's fine. And they get a cat, and now George has a cat, and I'm left with nothing.
Here's what I said. I did not say it was fine. I told George he should sleep on this decision. He was impulsive.
I'm so happy
I know there's a lot of responsibility involved. And even, in fact, one of the first days he brought the kitten back, it shit all over my rug in my office. And I called George down. I said, George, get down here right now. He came down. I have a video of it. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. And I made him clean it up.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of responsibility that goes into having a cat. But I did tell Kylie that she could get whatever she wants. Here's my thought process. So we first moved into the house. It was very new. It was fresh. I wanted to keep it clean rather than the last 3 years of my life living with Logan and just throwing shit at the wall and just living in complete chaos. So I was like, all right, finally we have our own place. It's a nice home. It's clean, whatever. So I was thinking in terms of Mark OCD, like finally I get a place to myself that's like not dirty in a shithole. And then I was like, no, you know what? Like, I don't know. When George said he wanted a cat, I was like, we haven't really like had any excitement going on in the house. So I was like, all right, something new, something fresh. So that was my like, I thought it was cool. And like,
I love this little guy. He's such a cuddler. He's such a
So here, I'm going to be honest, guys. I was never a cat man. I don't know that I'm still a cat man, whatever. I don't know that I am now.
You're never a cat person until you have your own cat.
But now that we do have the kitten, Say
it. You love him.
The thing is cute. I don't love him because I've only known him for a couple days.
Okay, bro, come on.
You can't love someone you know for a day.
That's a lie. If you had a child and your wife just had a baby,
that's in you for 9 months.
Not in you.
But it's in your wife. It was in me for 24 years. That's a part of me.
Okay, touche. Whatever. You win this one.
I mean, you have to build I didn't love you the first day I met you.
What if you adopt a child? Got him.
You still have to grow an affection for your child.
I think that's something that you will never understand because I don't see you adopting a child. But like if I were to ever adopt a child, I would love that baby so much, like it was my own. The second I brought him home, or her, or whoever.
I don't know. We're very different.
I grew such a love for Leo as soon as we brought him home.
Kylie is quick to fall in love. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Shots fired.
But I got to give a shout out to George. The cat is incredibly cute.
He's cute. He's
cuddler. He doesn't really do anything wrong yet, but granted, we've only had him for like a few days. And he takes a lot of time off of Kylie's hands, and my hands of having Kylie.
It's okay. One of these days, you're going to be like, wow, I really wanted her to show someone else all this affection, and now she's not showing me any. What do I do, guys?
No, I appreciate the love that you show me, but you got to understand we're very different people, guys. And I talked about this in Kevin Hines, not on my podcast with him last week, but after the podcast, he interviewed me, and those will be out shortly on his channel. But I talked about the way that I was raised, and it was very different. And me and Kylie have spoken about this, and I haven't spoken about it really with any of you guys or talked about how I was raised or how I show love or whatever. So growing up, I never really had a girlfriend, a solid girlfriend. Sure, I had a thing here and there, but I never dated anybody for like a period of time. And even with my parents and even with my I only said I love you to my grandma and grandpa and my other and I didn't even say it to my grandpa, to be honest. I said it to my grandma and my other grandma. And I don't know. It was just never like, it was not something that was said so much in my household. So meeting Kylie and having her be so affectionate and being like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I miss you, I love you. It was just very new to me and very like, why are you saying this to me so much? Because in my family, see where I'm coming from, we don't say it too often. So when it was said, it was like, okay, wow, you really mean it right now.
But that's where we disagree, because I don't think saying it a certain amount of times makes any other time less. Like, for instance, I get a good night, I love you text from my dad every single night. I don't think he's ever missed a night in my life. If he ever did, I'd be so sad. I'd be like, wait, do you not love me anymore?
I say it now. I didn't say it when I was living under the household. When I went to college, that's when I started to be like, yeah, I love you, because we weren't together anymore. We weren't seeing each other every single day. Yeah. I think it's like, okay, now it's like you like you always say, like, God forbid, like, say your last words were to me like, I hate you, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that to be the last word. So like after you end a conversation, like when you leave, you're like, love you, just in case.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't think about.
No, but I just always think, like, you always think if like this is your last day, how are you going to spend it?
Yeah,
I'm tell everyone I love them. Which
is honestly insane. So Kylie sent me a post the other day. This guy.
I know which one you're going to say.
Yeah.
The slug one.
So this is something that you guys, I'm not trying to instill fear in anybody, but something you got to be careful about. It's some guy.
I want to read it.
8 years ago.
No, a decade ago.
10 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever. His friends dared him to eat a slug, and he ate the slug. And
the slug was infected by rat lungworm, a parasite usually found in rodents, which he picked up after swallowing the slug. So
this rodent had this rat lungworm, which is basically the slug got it from eating the feces of a rodent, and it transmitted in his body. He was paralyzed and eventually passed away 8 years after he ate this slug. 10 years after he ate this slug.
He ate it at 19. He passed away at 29.
That's so insane.
That's insane to think about, that we also eat these things. Ugh.
Right. I mean, and you got to think, like, something like that. You go on a show, you go on Fear Factor, you're eating worms, you're eating cockroaches, you're eating scorpions, you're eating all those things. I
have to test those.
But you never know.
That's true.
Like, think about it. You eat something and you're cool, you're good. Like, and then eight years later.
That reminds me of when we were at the party and you started getting all red from eating.
Oh my God. So I didn't know this, guys. I've eaten shrimp cocktail my entire life. And then we went to this party and there was fresh shrimp. And I ate a piece and I literally started to break out. We're
like at a party and
I'll put it on the screen right now. My face was completely red.
Yeah, I look at you and I'm like, are you okay? You're like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, I don't want to be the one to freak you out right now, but your face is bright red with a huge rash all over it. And when you've had a few drinks, your cheeks get red.
Yeah.
And so I know the difference. It wasn't like your cheek. It was like the whole side of your head was just rashed out. And then I felt like I was freaking you out. All of a sudden you're like, I can't breathe. And I'm like, oh no.
Well, that's the second time that's happened, because I went to a Peruvian restaurant and I ate shellfish and I had a similar issue. I remember telling Kylie, like, I'm having trouble breathing. I don't know what's going on. So I think I may have a little bit of an allergy to certain shellfish.
It's crazy because I feel like Kenzie, my 4-year-old niece, who is highly, like, deathly allergic to dairy and peanuts and cashews, you never really understand an allergic reaction until I feel like someone that's gone through it. Because I remember you were like sitting next to me and you're like, Kylie, I can't breathe. And I'm like, suck it up. I'm over here like get over it. Like, you're
Yeah.
fine. Like, you're being dramatic, you know? But, like, God forbid you actually really did have that. Like,
Yeah.
it's so serious. Like, you could have, like, passed from that.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That's the third time since knowing Kylie that I've had a rash. I had a rash when she shoved my face in a cupcake. And
prank gone wrong.
I'll put it up on the screen if you guys are watching on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh my
She,
God. I smashed cupcakes in your
apparently
face.
I'm allergic to frosting on my face.
Yeah,
so
it was like burning your
I'm finding
whole
out new
face.
things living with Kylie.
Yeah, it's like.
But talk about this app or
away.
this page that you're following on Instagram that you send me all these weird random facts.
Oh yeah, so it's like, it's not even like, I love this page. I follow it on Instagram. It's called like BuzzFeed News, and it's all legitimate news, but it's super, super random and like just cool random stuff like that one. And then you hear just like other random stuff, like for instance, the Spice Girls are going back on tour. Like, it's just like really random stuff. And what I thought was really rad is, I mean, we're filming this today, but as the viewer yesterday, you were everyone went out and voted, and I thought it was really cool because it said that Susan B. Anthony's grave is covered in 2018 midterm I voted stickers, and I think it's really rad. There's a bunch of controversy right now because Susan B. Anthony illegally voted and was charged and fined for doing that. And it wasn't till about 14 years later after she died that the 19th Amendment passed women's rights to go ahead and vote. And so in honor, I don't think people are doing it to be disrespectful or rude. It's almost like an honorary thing, you know? So all these women are putting their I voted sticker on her grave. And I was like reading through the comments.
Like on her actual grave in the cemetery?
Yeah, look at this.
You see, that's where I think that the disrespect is coming in. It's just because it's like you're kind of vandalizing away, like a respectful, like...
I see from both sides, but... And I can't speak for her, but I know that as a woman, if I grew up in that era and I did something so bold and heroic like that as a woman, and now I wasn't around to live to see this like amendment pass. I don't know. I think it's very cool.
But why in 2018? The 19th Amendment was passed so long ago. You would think in that year that they would do it, you know? But
I think
like,
people
why?
are just starting to do it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because, you know, women's rights are starting to become more of a thing.
You know what's insane?
Really know. I'm not a feminist, but I like to hear certain things like that. I think it's cool.
It's so crazy to look back on history and be like, wow, at one point in time, women were not allowed to vote. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just so bizarre to think about, you know, just like even through the periods of time where it's just been like unequal treatment of everyone.
Yeah, totally.
It's absolutely insane to think that actually happened in real life.
I always think about how I think our world is evolving so much more so now too. And I think it always trips me out to think at nighttime. I'm like, okay, how are things when I was a baby and how are they going to be when I'm on my deathbed? Like,
Right.
What is the growth going to be? That's going to be so insane.
Technology is getting insane. I think obviously social media has a part in playing with that. And I think it's fun. I don't know. I think it's really cheesy when I see so many people posting today like, I voted. Did you vote? I voted. It's like the cool thing to do now.
Because I think a lot of people...
But why is it so cool to vote?
It's not necessarily cool. It's to showcase that like we all have a voice, and I think
my God. As I'm saying this, I just get a notification
about voted
from Castbox itself saying, stay in line. Your voice matters. Vote.
I'm dead that they know.
They knew I was talking about it. Yo, you know what's insane?
What?
I've been thinking about this, and I want to make a video on it because I'm so convinced that our phones listen to us.
Oh my God. No. I don't even want to get this started.
I said the word vote, and it came up.
100%. So I love, like, this is so off, like, center, like, off the topic, but like, I'm so into all conspiracy theories. Like, I love hearing them, and I think I've opened your mind up into more of them. And I remember saying that I think our phones do that, and I didn't even have, I can't remember if I don't even think I had Siri on my phone for like the longest time. And me and my girlfriend got in this like deep conversation about my phone was locked. This was before like you had to have your phone unlocked to have Siri work.
Right.
Like now you can say, hey Siri, I don't know what it is, and she'll like pick up, you know? And I had my phone literally across the room, and me and my girlfriend were having like a deep conversation about all the conspiracies, yada, yada, yada. And then like 20 minutes later, all of a sudden like Siri starts talking to me, and it caught literally like 3 paragraphs of my conversation. And I'm sitting there like, this is so weird.
Right.
I'm like,
You know what the creepy thing is
out.
like you have the Amazon Alexa and stuff. I will not buy one just because they're listening.
Yeah, I'm
you know
always
what
the
I'm
same
saying?
way, yeah.
Like if you like, there's been times when Logan used to have one and George even, it would just start talking and then you're like, yeah, I didn't say anything. So
Yeah.
like, but you're still listening and you're logging what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think it's creepy, to be honest. I think too that, yeah, dude, I don't jive with that. I feel like,
But so we've been testing it now because like I always used to think it was so interesting. You'd be like on a website like Googling something.
Well,
and
they
all
know
of a
that.
sudden,
They've already tracked that,
Totally.
yeah.
And so I remember you telling me like, oh no, it's like cookies in your phone, yada yada. And I remember one time I didn't even type anything, and me and you were just having, I can't remember what it was. We were having a conversation about it all day, and all of a sudden I saw ads for it in my phone. And I was like, okay, we need to test this out. We need to just sit there by our
And
phones
talk,
and just
yeah.
say like,
well, I remember one day I talked about Spongebob, and like I never talk about Spongebob, and I go on my Instagram, and then there was an ad for a pop socket for Spongebob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I've never even watched SpongeBob.
I remembered it was when we were watching that movie with who's the girl, Harley Quinn?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. We were saying her name about a movie over and over again because we were like talking about her and like whatever. And then I went into my Explorer page and she was all over my Explorer page and it was so random. I was like, wait, this is so weird.
Yeah. Guys, be careful. Your phones are listening to you. Not to trip you out, but speaking of the phones, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, hit that follow button, because in today's episode, I asked on my Instagram story, you guys to ask me and Kylie questions for the podcast, and I'm going to pull those up right now. And we're going to answer some of your guys' questions. So, yeah, if you guys want to be featured in one of the podcasts, follow me on Instagram, follow along. Subscribe on YouTube if you aren't already, and hit that subscribe button on CastBox for that exclusive access. Let's see here. Who do we got? Ivy Eccles asks, what is y'all's favorite thing to do together? I'll let you start with this one.
Wow. What's our favorite? I mean, our most common is different than our favorite. Our most common, I think, is like watch a movie.
Well, what's your favorite thing to do with me?
I don't know. I feel like we like there's no one in particular thing. Like we have a lot of fun in anything we do. I feel like whether I think our jobs enable.
I just
us-
like being with him and
Okay,
being together.
relax.
It's just my favorite time all the time.
Okay, relax. Definitely not. Maybe a little. I'm just kidding. No, I think that we've done so many things that I don't know. I love everything that we do together.
I think I like traveling. I think we have a really good time when we travel. When we first went to Mexico, which
Yeah.
eventually we'll reveal the Mexico story. I don't know when it's the right time. We'll see. But yeah, I think traveling with you has been fun because we just get to explore and have a good time and kick back, relax, and just because I mean a lot of the times we're spending time together working, we're living together, we do a lot of things together. So like when we can get away and be together, that's really fun.
Yeah,
We went to Vegas this past weekend. It was dope.
totally.
Erilyn013, who is your favorite person to go to when you need advice?
My favorite person to go to?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Taylor. I would say Taylor, my best friend.
You go to your girlfriend Taylor. I usually go to George or Kylie for advice.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually ask you because I'm very naive to the fact, like to certain things, like feelings. If it ever
Yeah,
involves
I've
feelings, I'm like, hey, Kylie.
Yeah.
What's going on with
I
this?
validate your feelings.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I would say Taylor. She's the most non-judgmental human being I know.
Momo27 asks, Kylie, how many boyfriends did you have before Mark?
Oh my god, I had none. I had none.
You
Mark's
can be
my-
truthful. Be
my
truthful on the
friends-
podcast.
I had too many. We'll say that.
Too many? That doesn't sound good. You should give it.
Give it a number.
Yeah, because you didn't have too many. You
it's
had
a
like
handful.
4 or 5.
It's a handful. I can count on one hand.
Yeah, that's not too many. I mean, it is too
That is
many,
too
I guess.
In my book. Shit. If this one doesn't work out, I'm done.
Colette Bijou asked, did you get whiplash at the Blink-182 concert last weekend?
You
So,
guys, no, I want to say this, you guys. So I grew up, this is where me and Mark are so different. I grew up like a little emo punk girl. I listened to all of my little screamo bands and like.
But Blink-182 is not screamo.
No, but that's definitely like my little, and it
Hold
was.
on. Don't want to be an American
Okay,
idiot.
no, that's Green Day. That's
Don't want a
not.
nation to die, they never made it out.
This is what I deal with, you guys. Help me.
Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything is meant to be okay.
Okay, so anyways, what I was trying to say,
that's my Green Day impression.
I brought Mark to his first like rock concert ever. And
that's true. I mean, I saw Guns N' Roses at Coachella, but
that was like at Coachella.
Yeah,
that
it was
doesn't
Coachella.
That doesn't count.
It was dope. We went to the Palms in Las Vegas. Shout out to Tall, working for the Palms. If you guys ever go to Las Vegas, check out the Palms. They got some dope rooms. This is not sponsored. I wish it was.
We
Palms
just love them.
Yeah, we just love them. They always hook us up and treat us well there. But yeah, the Blink-182 is the residency. I have mad respect for Travis Barker. I was watching him the entire performance. The dude's been doing this for 30 years, and
it's insane to think that their band got together the year I was born.
Yeah. And he's just goes hard every single night. Like the endurance, the stamina that he has is truly incredible. And to just go out there and perform like that every single night, I was truly inspired. I even DM'd him, and I was like, "Dude, like you're insane." And he responded. Kylie's a little jealous.
Yeah, I was a little jealous.
And Blink-182 reposted me. Don't worry about it though.
Yeah, but I know him, so he
like,
reposted me too.
Okay,
but
cool.
it was pretty rad.
But so to answer Colette's question, no, I didn't get whiplash. But I was doing an imitation of Travis Barker because he was going in on the drums, and that's what she's referring to. But yeah, that was a really fun concert.
I'm glad you got to experience it.
Yeah, absolutely. I bar Aaron 60. What are y'all's plan for the winter holidays? So me, personally, I am going back to Ohio for Thanksgiving for the very first time since last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been back, and I feel really bad. My parents have come to visit me, my sister and my brother. Haven't been back to visit, just been getting busy and doing a lot of work. I've been doing a Facebook show, been YouTube, got the podcast, music. A lot of things going my way right now, so I've been really busy, but I'm going back for the holidays, and then I'll be going back for Christmas as well because I missed Christmas last year, and my dad said he would kill me if I didn't come back for Christmas again this year and miss 2 in a row, so I'll be back for that. Guys, family's so important. It's so nice for Kylie to have her family right down the street, but mine is 2,500 miles away, so I don't get to see him too often.
Yeah, my dad can just drive over if he wants.
Can you imagine being in my shoes, Kylie?
I don't even want to think about it.
Like, imagine moving to New York and you see your dad once a year.
Well, for one, I would never move to New York because I'm a Cali girl for life.
Hashtag California girls were unforgettable.
Yeah, I can imagine living anywhere else. I love California. But, yeah, even when I lived, oh, God, to think I moved to San Diego and that's like 3 hours and I was freaking out.
That's insane. Be careful when you move, guys. You got to have a strong heart. You got to be able to live from home. Like, don't get homesick. But what are your plans for the holidays? Now, I haven't even asked you. I'm going home.
Yeah, you haven't.
What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to travel.
Really?
Yes.
During Thanksgiving?
I haven't decided. I haven't traveled in a long time. Traveling is something that I love. And I think that being young, it really... I can't even explain it. It does something to you. I think it opens your eyes and it makes you appreciate all forms of living. And so I told myself I was going to travel a lot this year, and I kind of slowed down.
Yeah,
a lot of my friends don't like traveling, and it's so annoying. Like, who am I going to travel with?
You should hit up Ayla. I had her on the podcast, guys. If you haven't seen that episode,
don't worry. We've already communicated.
We talked about how she kind of took this year to travel. So she's been doing that.
There's so many places I want to go to. So
you're just gonna miss Thanksgiving and miss Christmas and go somewhere else?
I might, yeah. I might do that.
Why?
Because I want to travel.
You don't want to eat turkey and mashed potatoes?
No. Actually, I would love that. I would love that a lot.
Mom, I'm looking forward to your turkey and mashed potatoes. I know you're listening. But this brings me to Jack_4G's question. If you two were to move away from Los Angeles, where would you move to?
Okay, well, this isn't fair because we literally just said I wouldn't move anywhere. Okay, does this count? What if I lived in California but had vacation homes?
Wow, you're living a very lavish life over here.
You gotta dream big. You gotta dream big.
Where would they be?
I would have places all over. Can I have places all over? They would definitely be in tropical places, like Maldives.
Okay, I have never been.
Or same, would love to go. I would love one in like Rome or Italy.
Okay, wow. She's got a lot of money in this life.
Yes. Maybe Australia.
Okay. She got one in every hemisphere.
Yeah, I want one in every continent.
Yeah. Michelle Bings, if you weren't YouTubers, what career do you think you would have? I think I would be on TV. I think I would be doing sports broadcasting somewhere on the news, maybe doing a radio show. Because, guys, I went to college for stuff like this. I did a podcast in college. I did TV in college. That's what my main goal was. And then I just so happened to come around social media at the right time and be ambitious and take the risk, and it paid off for me. So, but I think if I wasn't in this, then I'd probably be doing TV anyways. What about you?
Oh, that's a tough question. If I were to answer it completely 100% honestly, I think I would be very, very lost. I think
You'd be lost.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has social media changed your life?
100,000%. I mean, I've always wanted to do acting, but before social media, it was, so much harder. I think now that I have like a following, it's so much easier to like get into and like be surrounded by people that do it. But yeah, without social media, I think I would have been completely lost. My mom wanted me to go to nursing school. I didn't want to do a 9 to 5. I didn't want to go to nursing school. I sold ink and toner, but I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I've always wanted to be a vet until I found out you had to put dogs down. And then I was like,
that's really sad.
I can't do that. So I don't know. I think that everything happens for a reason. So whenever I see questions like this, I kind of avoid them because I don't live my life in like, well, what if this never happened, you know? So everything happens for a reason, and I'm here now because social media is a thing.
So Kylie would be lost, and I
would be a lost little puppy.
Last question here. Natalie Vasquez. We'll end on a high note here. What is one thing that you guys love about each other?
Oh, I mean, you could say everything about me.
I think the one thing that I love about Kylie is that she's very loving and caring about other people. She puts them first, not herself, and that's probably one of her best qualities. She's always wondering what can she do for me to make me happy, and she doesn't really work. Like, I think we're kind of similar in the aspect of like we like to make other people happy to achieve our own happiness, and I think that that's one of her best qualities. And as much as she loves and I give her a hard time, I think that that's one of her greatest qualities too, is that she's very loving, very compassionate. She puts her heart into everything she does. And yeah.
Well, thank you. That was very sweet. Can we record this so I can save this?
Oh, it's
please?
recorded.
Okay.
It's recorded.
I'm like, I need to save this part. I love that you can always, I mean, granted, you deal with a lot of my shit nowadays, but I think that earlier on, like whenever I was upset about something, you'd always, have me look at the positive side, and you've never seen you get mad, and I think I aspire that. Like, you always have so much positivity to give, and I'm so aggressive versus you're so passive. So like you're so easy to talk to in that manner and like calm me down, and you're just a very like positive person. Like you always love to spread happiness.
Be positive, be happy, be you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you mad at someone, which I think is really cool.
Life's too short to get mad at people. I don't understand why people get mad. Well, you get upset sometimes, but like that's what I try to do, guys. I try to bring her back and be like, look at the positive. Like, there's no reason to be upset. I think, like, why spend your life getting mad and being jealous or getting upset with other people? Like, everything's in your control, and everything you can choose to be happy. You know what I'm saying?
It
like,
says it on my mirror.
She's written her affirmations on her mirror. Like, it's your choice to be happy, or it's your choice to resent someone. And I think you should always take the high road. Like, I don't get in fights. People will talk shit to me and I just laugh or whatever it may be. Like, I'll never clap back. Maybe I'll make like a sly remark, but like I'm never trying to start stuff. I'm just trying to make people happy and people smile, and like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you should do too.
I love it.
Shout out to all the Libras out there, guys. Thank you for listening into this episode of Living Large, episode 14, Kylie's lucky episode. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Hope everybody has an amazing week. Don't forget to be positive, be happy, be you, and most importantly, hit that subscribe and like button. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces!